individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if there's your wife doesn't want to vote for the same person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that. And I'd support it on the basis that the atomization that comes with our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson.
They're going to say that. They're never going to come out and say, okay, ladies, you can't vote anymore. But Christian nationalists and Christian fundamentalists believe in what's called headship voting, that the man of the house gets to vote for everyone and that women should not have the right to vote. Again, they're not going to say that. What they're going to do is introduce and try to pass what's called the SAVE Act. Now, they present this as, we got to take care of all this voter fraud, all these illegal votes. These illegal votes are not happening. It is a fucking lie. The Brennan Center for Justice surveyed 23.5 million votes in high immigrant areas and only found 30 attempted non-citizen votes. The Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, in Georgia, surveyed in 2022 25 years worth of voting and found 1,700 attempts to register to vote by non-citizens. None of those 1,700 people were able to cast a vote. This has nothing to do with illegal votes. It has everything to do with voter suppression. Why? Because this bill gets rid of online voter registration. It gets rid of voter registration drives. It gets rid of mail-in ballots and provisional ballots. Now, last fall, millions of mail-in ballots were not counted, mostly from neighborhoods of color and from students. Provisional ballots also thrown in the trash. 43% of provisional ballots were thrown in the trash. So it gets rid of 60 million people in rural areas' opportunity to register online and mail in their vote. What else does it do? It makes you bring in your passport and your birth certificate to register in person. Why is that a problem? Because almost half of Americans do not have a passport. And also, passport provisions have been paused of this freeze the government DEI thing. So that's half of Americans do not have a passport. What's the other issue? Your passport, because your driver's license and your real ID or your tribal ID do not count as sufficient evidence to prove that you're a citizen, your passport and your birth certificate